Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel APM Guide. In this video, I try to provide the complete overview on APM 3. Okay, so as a part of this video, we are going to discuss these four key points here. The first one, we discuss the key architecture changes in APM 3, and then we move to the important baking changes, and then we discuss how to migrate or upgrade from APM 2.x version to APM 3.x version. And then in fourth case, we discuss and we compare the APM 2 versus APM 3. Okay, so please watch this video till the end so that you can understand what exactly the APM 3 all about. Okay, the first one is the key architecture changes in APM 3. The first one is the fully modular ecosystem. See, to make the APM 3 lightweight. Okay, what they did, the APM, the drivers and plugins are made separate from the APM server. So whenever we install the APM server in previous older versions, the automatically drivers and plugins get used to install. Okay, to avoid that one, to make the APM server lightweight, what they did, the drivers and the plugins are to be separately installed. Okay, so and we had to use these commands apm driver install, and we had to provide the driver name, which driver we need to install. The same case with the plugin also. Instead of driver, we have to use apm plugin install and name of the plugin here. Okay, I'll show here as an example. I have installed the apm 3 server here. Okay, when I try to run the apm server, just type apm and click on enter. So it says that no driver have been installed and no plugin have been installed because I have installed only the APM server. Okay. So suppose if you want to install it, close this one. So if you want to install any APM driver or plugin, I had to use manually. I had to install the required drivers or plugins. Okay. So there is no need to install all. Based upon our requirement, we can install it here. Suppose if you are working with iOS, okay, I want to work with only XUI test. So why there is no need of using a UI automated tool. The same with the case of with Android. So there is no use of installing the XUI test because I'm working on only Android. So UI automated tool driver is required for me. Okay, so we can install manually. So we'll see how to install manually here. So APM space. So I'm installing driver. Just say driver install, and I had to provide the name of the driver here. Okay, UI auto. So where can use the UI automator tool. Okay, just it. If you run this command, it automatically install the UI automator too. So based upon our requirement, we can install the required drivers and plugins. In the same case, if you want to install the plugin, just install driver, give the plugin here and name of the plugin which you need to install. So this is the first, the architectural change, that is the fully modular ecosystem. Means to make the APM server lightweight, the drivers and plugins should be manually installed based upon requirement. Okay, the next one is the no legacy JSON WP support. See, as you know, in previous versions of APM, in APM 1 and APM 2, the communication used to happen by using the JSON wide protocol. Okay, and coming to APM 3, they have removed this JSON wide protocol and they have implemented the W3C WebDriver protocol. Okay, and it is a standard with the compliance and the future proof and is cleaner here. So this is a very important octet change in the APM 3. That is the no legacy JSON WP support. Okay, now what are the communication which will happen with the client and the server will be based upon the W3C WebDriver protocol. Okay, this is second one. And we'll move to the third one here. This is one of the important here, and it's a breaking change also. There is a J node.json modernization. Okay, in APM3 uses the modern JSON node.js version, remove the outdated dependency and better ESMS and common JSON support. Okay, so we discuss more about this one, and this is one of the breaking changes here. See, when we were working with APM2, the minimum required node version was 14.17.0. Support for Node 14 had already ended before the release of APM2, which meant that even the users of outdated Node versions were able to use it. But in case of APM3, drops the support for outdated Node versions, and the minimum required version is the Node 20 plus. Okay, so make sure that your node will above Node 20 plus version only when you are working with APM3 version. Okay, so this is the one of the major architecture change and the breaking changes also. Okay, and now we'll go to the next one is the strong plugin system. So as already we discussed that when you are installing the APM server, we need to install the drivers and plugin manually here. Okay, in the previous example, I have provided how to install the driver here. See, it says we have installed the driver, right? It says has driver UI automator to successfully installed here. So now we'll see how to do it with the plugin here. Okay, so we type the first we'll say list of drivers and plugins installed in my machine. Okay, how I will check it? APM driver list. Just type this one and just enter. It provides the list of APM drivers installed in my machine here. So it says listing the available drivers. The UI automatically only install remaining or not installed. So now we check with the APM plugins also. So just say APM plugin list. So it provides a list of APM plugins which are installed or not installed here. He says these are the list of available plugins and these are not all installed here. Now we want to install it. Just use a command called apm install. Which one I want to install? I want to install the plugin. Just select plugin install and name of the plugin which we are to install. So we go for the images here. Just give the name of the plugin here. That's it. It automatically install the required plugin here. So to make the APM server code lightweight. So based upon our requirement, we can install the required driver and plugin here. So this is one of the architecture change in the APM3. Okay, just so here it has provided the so it says the plugin work independently of the code. Okay, so based on requirement, it install it. And these are the basic examples of the plugins. That is the image comparison, OCR, relax cap, all this thing here. So for already we have run this command. It is the APM plugin install images here. Okay, this is the fourth architecture change. So next one we move to the fifth one is the clear CLI structure. Okay, so these are the APMs here more organized here. Suppose I want to know the list of APM server. So we have run this command, right? CLI command. So I want to know the list of APM drivers installed message. Just run this APM driver list. And same case with the APM plugin. Just run this command to check the what all the plugins which are available, install or not install in our machines. So this is very clear CLI structure which is provided by the APM3 here. Just a minute, we go to play PPT. Yeah. So this is a clear CLI structure. And this is very useful concept because whatever drivers you want to install, update, delete, uninstall, we can do it very smoothly in APM3 by using this CLI concept here. Okay. And next one is the we go to the important breaking changes here. So we need to know these changes here. The first one already we have discussed here is the node 20 plus required. Okay, when you're working with APM3, make sure that your node version should be more than 20 plus. Okay, that is one other important breaking changes in APM3. The next one is the you have deprecated the endpoints removed. Okay, so this is second one here. And the third one is the future flag prefix required. Okay, when you're working with future flags. Okay, so if you see the in APM2, when I work with the allow insecure, okay, then we can use directly we had to provide the future feature flag and we need to provide the which is the option we need to provide. But in case of APM3, I can specifically provide the based upon our driver here. So if you compare these both commands in APM3, in APM2, if I say APM space double hyphen allow in secure equal to ADB underscore cell means automatically it enable for all the drivers. But in APM3, I need to provide the driver name also. That is a UI automated to colon ADB underscore cell. This is the one of the feature flag prefix required. Okay, this is one of the breaking changes. The next one is the session discovery requires a feature flag. See what happened. This particular feature is useful when you are with the debug. Okay, when you run, okay, when you run the our test, okay, suppose failures will happen. I want to debug it here. So how we can able to do it by using the APM inspector. So for APM inspector, I can attach the existing session by using this session discovery feature here. So we more discuss how we can able to inspect all this thing in our coming videos here. Okay, and the next change is the unzip the logic removed. Okay, the APM3 removes the custom unzip logic used when working with the files like application packages such as files often more only relevant to particular platform. Okay, and therefore the functionality of handling these operators have been removed as we move to the relevant drivers here. Okay, and next is the endpoint changes. They have removed or modified some changes here. So these are all 6 breaking changes which are implemented in the APM3. The next one is the how to migrate or upgrade from the APM2 to APM3. So here we can do by using these 6 steps, we can able to migrate from APM2 to APM3, and I have clearly explained these all these 6 steps in my recent video. Okay, you can go to my YouTube channel and just search for this how to migrate upgrade from the APM2 to APM3 here. So here in this video, I have clearly explained how to move from APM2 to APM3 here. Okay, please watch this video to understand the migration process. Okay, and next coming back to our PPT, next one is the comparison. So we'll compare the APM2 versus APM3. The main thing is the architecture change here. See, if you see in APM2, you used to work on the JSON W3 support. Okay, so communication which will happen between the core server and the drivers or plugins will happen based upon the JSON W3 support here. But in case of and this is a semi-modular architecture. So APM2 is a semi-modular architecture, whereas in APM3 they have fully modular architecture they have followed here. Means they are using the W3C WebDriver protocol, and by using this protocol, they have the standard compliance, and what are the external drivers you want to use, you can install separately drivers or plugins here. So this is the basic difference between the APM2 and APM3 here. Okay, and if you like this video, please click on like button, subscribe to my channel. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.